Hello, my beautiful people. Julianne here of Julianne Annette Art. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. If you're new, I would love it if you consider subscribing. I'd love to have you stick around. For today's video, I'm going to talk about my 25 for 25. So I really struggled to choose books or to narrow it down. So basically, my 25 books that I want to focus on for 2025 are going to include my project books. And then basically the criteria that I kind of gave myself is because I would like to try to touch most or as many books as I can. So the ones that I chose to be my 25 for 25 are the ones that I really would like to color in like more than twice, right? Some of them I'll be content just to color in it and call it a touched book for now. And so that's kind of the criteria, was like, do I love this so much that I would rather leave some books untouched to be able to color in this more than once or more than twice. So that's kind of the criteria that I gave myself, because I'm a slow colorist. I'm not somebody who's going to put out 30 pages in a month. I did for October, but that was just because Emily and I did that 30 Days to Halloween, kind of bold and easy. And I really didn't put a lot of time and effort into it, but I really do want to kind of do nice coloring in most of my things, except for, you know, the couple books that are just for simple coloring when that's what the mood calls for. But enough blathering. It's probably going to be a little bit of a long one, so if you want to grab coffee or tea or water or a snack and settle in. So I'm going to start with my project books. And we're going to start with Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Joanna Basford, because this was the very first project book that I set up with Emily of eArt Studios. And we haven't gotten very far in it. We only did the title page here and the introduction and the book belongs to page, and then we've both kind of stalled out over the fall with this, and I think that's totally fair, because this is a very summery page, or like very spring summery, and we did want to work through it in order, front to back kind of thing. And so we were talking about it, and we definitely both want to make more of an effort to get back into it in the new year. So that's definitely something that is still going to be a focus, and I'm going to give it a bit more priority than I have the last few months. But I can also see just kind of working in it more over the spring summer months, and then a little bit less over the fall winter months, because I mean, unless the pages are more appropriate for it, but a lot of these pages are so summery or springy. Like a page like this, I could work on any time of year, but some of them do feel quite summery, springy. So that's project book number 1. Project book number 2 is not the second project book, but I created. It's one of the most recent ones, actually. But it's Beauty of Horror Tarot. And it kind of goes with the Cosmic Slumber tarot coloring book here, because they are both project books that I'm working on with Jenna, who is the Fiction Kitten on Instagram. I don't know if I mentioned that Emily, eArt Studios, she's on Instagram and YouTube. But so these are with Jenna, the Fiction Kitten on Instagram. And they have colored a couple pages in this previously, and they had pulled a card out of their tarot deck to choose what page they were coloring, and I thought that was a really cool idea. And then I wanted to ramp up the difficulty and suggest that we do both of these as buddy colors, where I pull a card out of my tarot deck for the page we color in here, and then they pull a card out of their tarot deck for the page we color in here. I mean, this is mostly done. There's just a little bit to do. And then this is December's page is the Three of Swords, which I plan to do before the end of the month. Right now it is the 20th today, so I have time. And it's not really a difficult page, so I definitely know that I can get to that. And then I have the 2 pages tagged here. The Ace of Wands that I've kind of got a good amount done. I just need to sort out this starburst and then maybe do a little shading on the hand. And then decide if I want to do what I want to do for this band here. And then I want to color this one as well, which of course is a perfect winter page. And I don't think Jenna pulled a page for this month, which is okay, because then basically we'll have 2 pages done out of this and 2 pages done out of this going into January. And so our plan was they will pull a page or pull a card out of their deck for this one. I'll pull a card out of my deck for this one. And then we'll do a buddy color in each of them each month. That's the plan. And because they're small pages, I think it's quite achievable. So next is we have Alien Worlds. This is my next project book. And so this, of course, there's the Alien Worlds data report group that Candace of Happy Catastrophe started. And I haven't done very much in it. And it's a work at your own pace. And I think originally the idea was that everybody would just kind of work through it front to back, but everybody's kind of starting at the beginning. But then I think people will just kind of jump around after that. So I had done my title page, and I think it's mostly done with soft pastels and then a little bit of gel pen to outline the letters here. And a little bit of colored pencil maybe for darkening some of the spots here. And colored pencil on these things. And some soft pastel here, but I'm not, like, I wanted it to kind of look iridescent. So I wouldn't mind reworking that a little bit, but we'll see. And then I skipped these pages. I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, but I wasn't quite ready to try to tackle it, because I really want to make it look like bright. I'm not sure which one I would do it in, but I want to make it look like really bright pink and purple galaxy. That's kind of like a dream it's a recurring dream that I have, where I'm in space and have this pink purple galaxy that's just like right there in front of me. And so I know I want to make one of these pages look like that, and I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to do it, so that's why they're just going to wait. This one, oh, look at all this pastel I got here. I'm not sure what I want to do with this. I've seen some other people kind of cover this and fill it with other things. I think maybe Jamie put some collage-y stuff down there, and I kind of like that idea. So, you know, I want to be able to play with those pages a little bit. So then my next one that I'm actually working on is this that I did with oil pastels with you guys. And I don't love it, but I don't hate it. And I just kind of want to do the rocks, and I might, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to fill in, over here, I'm going to fill in with colored pencil around the small rocks, asteroid rocks. And I'll do the rest of this in colored pencil and do some stars in white acrylic, and then we'll just see where we're at. I would like some more depth of color in here. So I think I'll just have to see how colored pencil goes over it to try to add depth of color. Otherwise, it might just be a case of it is what it is. So that's that. That's the only one that I have. I'd like to finish that before I move on to anything else. And January is going to be a month of whip catch up for me. So hopefully I'll finish that in January. So next project book is this one here that is a group that Jamie of Jamie's Coloring Love started, and it's called Eerie World Travelers. Sorry, I need a little coffee. And so this is another one that we're just gonna do at our own pace and work through the book front to back. And so all I have done is the opening spread, and I did it with Inktense. Mostly Inktense and a little bit of Prismacolor, and I really like it. I really love Eerie. I love her style of drawing. I was hoping to do this page in January because there's snow outside the windows, so I would really like to get it done in the winter still. But it might be February because I have a lot of whips to catch up on for January. Because like I said, I would like to try to knock out as many whips in January as I can, so I'm not taking them through into the new year with me. So that's that, but I really adore this book. The art, Eerie's art is just so gorgeous, you know? There's something about the quality of her art, and I think it has to do with the fact, like, these lines aren't straight. You can tell that they're hand drawn, and that speaks to me. I don't like ruler straight lines. I enjoy the character of these lines that you can tell are hand drawn. It really makes me feel more connected to the page when I'm doing it. So that is World Heritage: A Journey Through Time by Eerie. And the next project book is Secret Garden, which is a project book with Emily of eArt Studios and Jenna the Fiction Kitten. I don't know if this is yellowing already. So I haven't hardly done anything. I started this, that was it, nothing more. In this book, we are all choosing our own color palette and then just going through the whole book with the color palette. And I experience decision paralysis because I fear locking in a decision and then feeling like it's the wrong decision, which is ridiculous, I know, but you know, it is what it is. So what I do know is that I love the colors, the metallic kind of coppery orangey color here and the gold. And I know that I want to include these kind of colors as well as purple in my palette. And I know that I need more than just gold, copper, and purple. So then I feel like I need like a teal or a blue or something. So I might just have to color my first page how I see it and then use those as my colors going forward as opposed to predetermining the color palette. Otherwise, I'm never going to actually start the page. Next project book is another Eerie, and this is World Literature. And I adore this book, and it is a project book with Jo of Geordie Colors and Kate of Kate's Coloring Haven. And they are lovely, lovely ladies. And they had started it ahead of me, and so I have a few pages to catch up on, like this one. This is the first page we did together that I still haven't quite finished, but I'm pretty close on, so I'd like to, hurry up and get that done in January. And then we've done this page. And this one they had already done ahead of me before I started, or before I joined them. So I actually ended up doing this one as a buddy color with Jess, the Coloring Bumblebee. And I'm happy with parts of it. I don't love how the path turned out, but I don't hate it. I really do like my turtle, though. I did I did it with watercolor pencils, my Arteza watercolor pencils. And so I really actually like how I did the shading. I made it like a, what's it called? A yellow tailed turtle. So yeah. And then this is the next page. I think we've all kind of stalled for a little bit. I think Kate started this one. Joe's been not quite feeling it lately. So this is Inktense that obviously hasn't been activated yet. It's I don't know that I'll get to this necessarily in January because this feels like a lot more to do. I'd rather close out closer to finished whips first, and then I'll get to this. But definitely January, February, I'd like to finish this so that we can move on to the next page. I think originally it was kind of like every month a page, but now it's a little bit slower, just taking our time working through it, which I appreciate because I don't think I can maintain doing one of these pages every single month. So I'm looking forward to this one, and I kind of have ideas of how I want to do it. It's the jackdaw's bird, where he wanted to look prettier, and so he took all the other birds' feathers and shoved them in his foliage, whatever it's called, plumage, to try to look prettier. Because it's like the vein jackdaws, that's what it's called, I think. Which is funny that the vein jackdaws and then Narcissus, who is also vain. So I think this is the end of the what are they called? Of course it's not. I didn't write them down. The tails. It's like at the tip of my tongue. But anyway, that's beside the point. These are all from the same, Aesop's Fables. That's what it is. So all of these are from Aesop's Fables. These first 5, including the vain jackdaws, and then Narcissus begins the next ancient storyteller. I think this one's really beautiful, Ariadne. I have no idea how you're supposed to say that. So I look forward to moving forward through this book. Again, Eerie is just such a beautiful artist, and I really wanted to choose Romantic Country as one of my 25 for 25, but I figured with having 2 Eerie project books, that was just kind of a little unrealistic. So my next project book, yes, there's more. This one is Oceans to Stars by Lydia Fenwick. And this book, there's also Sea to Sky, which is basically the same book, but it's the deluxe version. So it has more images kind of in between the sections, but it doesn't have a whole other section. It's just more images and like way nicer paper. But it's also way more expensive, so I'm happy with this one. So this book is all astrology, right? So we have the 3 sections: the ocean, Earth, and stars. So ocean, Earth, and stars. So my plan, and Evelyn of The Coloring Mermaid is going to be joining me with this, and I think potentially Juliet of Juliet Colors said that she might also get this book and join us for this. And Candace of Happy Catastrophe said she might join in for certain months, but not as an ongoing thing. But our plan is starting in April, because Aries is March 21st to April 19th. So it's majority in April. So starting in April, we're going to do this page. And then we're just going to work our way through it and do a page a month. And I don't know about them. I would rather, for me, like if I don't get this done in May because May ends up busy, although that, I mean, it's a mermaid, so I feel like of all months I would get it done would be May. But say I don't get this one done in June, I don't think I would rather skip this and still do July's page in July because of the whole, I have a mental hang up about things sometimes. And so I would want to do like the July sign in July. So I'd rather have to miss it and catch up on it next year than to bump this out because I wanted to catch up on that. But we'll see how it goes. I think I don't want it to be strict, like where we feel super pressure, but I would like to try to get the page done every single month. So that's my plan. In fact, did I write down? I have a list, but I'm not sure if I wrote down which ones are monthly. But most of my ones here are actually work at your own pace. So the only monthly ones that are getting a page done every month is Oceans to Stars, and then the 2 tarot ones, which again, those are simple. So I think it's quite achievable to get one of those done each month. Now, the 9th, that's 8 if you're counting, the 9th project book is Nice Little Town 10. And Megan of Meg's Coloring Corner has recently completed Nice Little Town 6 as a project book. And she was saying that she wanted to do number 10 next. And then asked if people wanted to join it. So we have a little group. I think there's like 4 or 5 of us in it for doing Nice Little Town 10. And I think I've marked, Megan has done this picture, so I marked that as one to do. I would like to participate in this, but I don't know if I can manage. Sorry if there's glare. The sleeves are slightly perforated, so I think it's not as bad as like if it was a really smooth sleeve. But what I'm saying is that I don't know if I can manage one of these in addition to more Nice Little Town pages. And I believe that Candace, Happy Catastrophe, is planning to do some sort of hashtag for Nice Little Town starting in the new year. So I would like to also be able to complete other Nice Little Town pages. So I might see if the group is okay with me kind of doing every other month, or like, you know, if the page really speaks to me, I'll do it. And maybe some months I can get 2 Nice Little Town pages done. But I don't want to not be able to color in my other Nice Little Towns because my capacity is filled with doing this one. So I'm thinking I might just kind of do every other month with this. Like I said, if the rest of the group is okay with it. And that's my Nice Little Dragons. So yeah, but I do want to take part in the group because I really do want to kind of focus a little bit more on one of the books just to help me get closer to completing it. So that is Nice Little Town 10. That is my 9th project book, and that actually is the end of the project books. So I'm going to put this stack away, and then we'll move on to the rest of the 25 for 25. And when I say put it away, I just mean put it out of the way behind me. Okay, so now we're getting into the rest of the 25 for 25. I'm going to have a sip of coffee. And these books are, at the moment, sorted by size. So we're going to zoom you right in. I was really on the fence about including this book. I really want to color in it, and I adore it, and I think it's so cute. But I wasn't sure if I could commit to it. But you know, I think it's all simple things. It's untouched for me. So, but you know, they're cute and they're simple, and I think I could kind of treat it like a Hannah Lynn with you know, just kind of do marker and do a little bit of shading where I feel like it when I feel like it. So I would like to try to get some pages done in that. Also, I really want Reptiloids 2. I think I like Reptiloids 2 better, but I feel the need to get some colored in this before I can justify getting Reptiloids 2. So that is number one. Well, number one of the non-project books. So if you're counting, basically it's 9 project books and then 16 non-project books. So that's number one of 16 non-project books. Next is Fierce and Fantasy Faces, line art and grayscale. This could borderline be called a project book because I really do have a goal to get this done. And I'd like to work mostly in this before I do much in, what's the other one? What's the cuter one? I don't remember what it's called. Not the Sweet and Simple one, but the other one, Enchanted Faces. I think Enchanted Faces is my favorite, but this is the one I had first. So this one I have some colored in. So this one is a whip, and it was for when Jamie did a portrait for white hair and blue eyes, I think, for the portrait year of color tag. And I kind of based it, and then I went in with Posca before doing shading on the hair, and I kind of don't like it, but I think it's an easy fix. I don't have anything else before that. So next, I was hoping to color this page. I haven't decided whether I wanted to do the shaded or not shaded, but I was hoping to color it in December, maybe after Christmas, because it's quite wintry, so it's not like a super Christmas one, so I could do it after Christmas. I did this one for November for the Nov Mad Tea Party hashtag, and so it's just a lot of alcohol marker with some gold, Uniball gold Signo, and then my Silver Marie's gel pen, which is my favorite silver pen, and then I think a little bit of white gel pen here and there. Not much. I didn't do a lot of shading. I just did a little bit of shading with the alcohol marker for most of it. Some of it looks better than others, but and then I did this one, I think, for Space Timber. I made it kind of like she's in this alien crystal cave in her purple glowing water. I actually really like how I did it. It's unfortunate that it's Ripley, but whatever. This is the Dragonfly Glaze, I think. And I think she's all painted, her face is all painted with acrylic paint. This is all acrylic paint. And I think only her hair is alcohol marker. I had done her with acrylic or with alcohol marker, but it went kind of blotchy and I didn't like it. Same as this stuff. I didn't like how it turned out. So I just went over everything with acrylic paint. And then this chunky glitter that I really like. And then some, I think gel pen is these little glitters on her hair, the hairlines. And I like that I kind of gave her these cat eyes and little kind of snake, or is it cat eyes, or maybe it's more like snake eyes. I think it's cat eyes, but it's kind of like a little snake nose. So I like that. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. And I think the only other page I've done is this one that I did for May. Excuse me. This is another one. I was really unhappy with it when I first based it, because it was like really, really big differences in the colors. But then once I shaded it, I was quite happy with it. I think it turned out really cute. A little bit of dollar store glitter gel pen on the lines here. And some white Posca just around the bubbles. But yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that one too. So I would like to complete at least the 25, because it's line art and grayscale. So each image is in line art and grayscale. I'm kind of flopping back and forth which page I do depending on how I feel like coloring it and how I picture it. So once I complete all 25 images, whether it's line art or grayscale, then I might put the book away and work on another one and then work through the rest, or just kind of like work on the rest as I feel like. But my goal is to complete each image in one form or the other. And I think I could actually do that before the end of 2025. So that might be a goal that I have, is to actually get each one of the faces. And this is the only book that I think that I can actually manage something like that with. But that's a goal there. So my next project book is Boule de Poil by Diane Defour, Art Therapy, Les Petits Carrés. So I have this that's not completed yet, but it's a little sneak peek of a December page. I mean, I adore this book. Everybody loves this book. How can you not? Everything she draws is just magical. Like the little expressions that she gives the animals is so cute, and the personality that they get. So, I mean, it was definitely one of my more coveted books before I got it, and it did not disappoint when I got it. So I don't think I'm going to be able to color another page in December. I wasn't even able to finish that one because I ended up with an eye infection, because when it rains it pours. So I ended up with an eye infection and I couldn't see details. So I actually had to stop until the eye infection cleared up. Which I think it seems to. I think I'm actually able to see, like basically if I tried to color up to the line, it would be like a blurry double line was the best that I could see. So that obviously wasn't going to do. So my tabs here was just marking out the winter pages so that I could know what pages I wanted to try to color. So I'm definitely going to try to color, my goal would be to color at least one page in this a month, but I would love it if I could color 2 pages, depending on how easily they come, how inspired I'm feeling. So that's just my goal going forward, is to try to do a page at least, or 2. So the next book is another Hachette Heroes, Les Petits Carrés. This one is Feminine Sacré, which is feminine sacred or sacred feminine. Maybe it's like sacred femininity. I wasn't 100% sure. I don't love every image in this, but I really do love some of it. And I think, again, for those who know a little bit about me, or who know a little bit of what's going on with me, you know, I feel like I'm kind of going into a new phase of my life where I need to learn to be me and learn to be happy being me. And that kind of self-acceptance and loving myself for who I am. And I feel like a lot of the images in this are very appropriate for that. So we have a lot of these types of like women, solidarity between women, which I really appreciate. And then, you know, like it's like kind of getting in touch with your inner goddess, or with your soul, or however you like to call it. Some of the pages are a little bit mystical. Some of them are very earthy. But, you know, we have a lot of women and a lot of faces and a lot of nature and, you know, meditation or divination, or, you know, these yoga type ones. But I find them all very beautiful. And I love these ones, like, you know, the witchy women around the tree, and they're just like worshiping nature kind of thing. It really speaks to me. And so I think this is a very, And I appreciate that the pages are small. It's the same, you know, it's the same like Boule de Poil, right? Same size, same format, same paper. So I think, you know, it can be quick and easy. Some of the pages are more simple. Some of them are more detailed. There are ones that I don't care for. Like, I love this one. I love most of them. Like the women dancing around the fire. I love it. Not very many word ones, so I appreciate that. You know, like, I do like these like mandala ones as well. Lots of nature goddess type ones. I could do without the crystal mandala, but you know, it could be meditative. Like so far, I adore basically every page that I've shown you. The ones that I don't care for, love this one as well. There are some, even this is doesn't bother me. See, like I have to go pretty far to get to the ones, these ones I could go do without, but I have to go pretty far to get to the ones that I don't care for. And I like all the hands together. Like it just symbolizes a unity and that I feel is meaningful as well. Here we go. So there are a lot of ones that are like fallopian tubes and ovaries and reproductive, like the female reproductive symbolism, which I am not against. But I had cancer like 21 years ago. I was 27 and I had ovarian cancer and I had to have a complete hysterectomy. And so I don't have ovaries or a uterus or any of that stuff. And I'm okay with it, but I don't care for the message that our femininity is attached to that. I know it is part of our femininity, and you know, the reproductive organs is how we exist, and I recognize that is part of what makes us physically female, but that is not what represents femininity in my soul. You know what I mean? So it doesn't bother me, but I don't love it, and I don't care for excessive amounts of it. But you know, it's still pretty, and I'll still color most of them. But you know, here's another one. This one you could pass for like a bull's head. So that's the only bit. And then in these ones, the little paper kit at the end is basically half of it is those. Maybe not as bad as I thought. Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought, but those are the few pages that I could do without. It's just those kind of reproductive organ ones. Like I said, I get the symbolism. I'm not against it, and I appreciate it for what it is. It's just, I am not less of a woman because I don't have those things anymore. That's all. So my next project book is another Hachette Heroes, and we're going to zoom back a little bit. So this one is Le Grand Carré, and it's Pour être zen. You'd never know. I spent 6 years in French immersion because I used to be able to roll my R's, and I cannot do it to save my life now. I'm gonna have some coffee. So this one is single-sided. No, I never said. This one, the artist is Stephanie Rubini. And then for Pour être zen, which is for your zen, is Doré aussi. So, again, another untouched book for me. This one is really, really beautiful, and it feels really special to me. It has a lot of this kind of art, which is my favorite part about it. And it has some words, and I don't mind this with her and the leaves. I love this. Some of them are a little more like that. But I kind of thought I might try, and then some simple things like this. I think it's really beautiful. I do love the messages behind it. And I'm thinking, like, I love this page. The ones that are just words, I thought I might try doing like scrapbooky things maybe, or, you know, maybe try like just a big galaxy background and then going over it with like glitter gel pens or silver paint or something like that. Something. Or yeah, trying like collagey things or something. So there's a lot of simplicity in it, but I just find it really beautiful, and it just seems to speak to me. Mon jardin intérieur, so like my interior garden, which is our hearts and our minds, nurturing the garden of our minds, right? So yeah, it feels special and it speaks to me, and I really do love the simplicity of the art, and they're just so beautiful. So I would love to try to get a page done in this one every month, but I'm not gonna actually put the pressure on myself to do that. So next we have Wild Mouse Eerie field sketchbook by, I believe it's Makiko Inatome. And this also is untouched for me. I had this page tagged to do for December. I might still do it in the post-Christmas week, but we'll see. But I mean, you guys know this book. It's quite beautiful, and I do feel like out of these Japanese ones, in this series, I have the Squirrels of Antique Town, but I feel like this art is a little bit more approachable. The Squirrels of Antique Town is a little bit more detailed, and I think, you know, if you're overwhelmed with the scene, like, you can kind of get the feel for the book with these kind of pages. And yeah, so I'd like to finally get some stuff done in this and really start making a dent. And if I really start making a nice dent in this book, then I can order more off of Amazon Japan with a clear conscience, because I really do want to get more Japanese books. Okay, so next is Fairies. Sorry. That's a big book. Fairies and Fantasy 2 by Christine Caron. This is the only book that I have of hers. I have some of her PDFs printed out, but I only have a couple with me. I left the rest behind. So, I had a few pages tagged for December. I haven't done anything. I might still get them done. But I really, really do want to do some of her stuff because it's just so gorgeous. And even if I had Wildflower Folk in front of me, I would still feel the need to do some of her art on this paper before, like, to get the feel for her art style before I went and colored in the good book, you know? So, yeah, I love this page. Maybe I'll do this one in January, but again, I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to get to in January if I'm focusing on a lot of whips. So we'll see how it goes, but I really do I adore her work. I adore her style. Like, you know, you can just always tell by the style of face that it's her art, and I appreciate that. So that one I definitely would like to get some done. So next, I'm gonna do a little bit of rearranging here. So next is Daydreams by Hannah Carlson. I'm gonna zoom you back in a little bit. Daydreams by Hannah Carlson, and I want every single Hannah Carlson book to be a completed book. And I feel like this one is the most approachable. So Elm Colors, Erica of Elm Colors, I think it's this page, and she kind of added like these kind of bangs and little tendrils. And now when I look at this page, that's all I can see. So I'm going to have to take your idea, Erica. I hope you don't mind. I'll try to color the rest of it a little bit different though. But it's gorgeous. It is untouched for me. It will remain untouched for December, but then going into the new year, I definitely would like to try to, I think my goal would be to try to get a Hannah Carlson page done every month. That would be nice. I think there's lots of these that are a little bit more approachable than others. So yeah, I look forward to that. Yeah, I mean, everything she does is beautiful. So that is Daydreams. I also have a late addition to the list, which is Hannah Carlson's Forest Kingdom, because I just received this from Emily of eArt Studios. You may have watched that haul video or my Happy Meal video. So this one I just absolutely love. I love all the pages and the style of it. So I definitely want, it's really hard. Like, I would pick every Hannah Carlson book if I could, but I wanted to try to spread it around between different artists. Because I was really tempted to pick spirit animals as well. But you can't do all the things. But I thought this one, because the pages are a little bit smaller, then maybe they would go a little bit faster, which I think is a bit of a stretch, but yeah, so yeah, I look forward to coloring in this, and I would love to color, like I said, my goal with these books is to do at least more than 2 in the year. The books that aren't on this list, I'll be content just to get 1 page done. But if they're on this list, then I would like to try to get a few done. So next is Shooting Star by Maria Troll. And I think this is a good one for the list, because this one, as far as her work goes, I have this tagged to maybe do for December or January. As far as her work goes, this is just so much simpler than the other ones that I feel like it could be, some of these pages could be done quicker than some of her other books that are kind of more detailed. I feel like there's lots of room for like, you know, just kind of soft pastel or easy blendy backgrounds. And that's my thought anyway. Who knows, right? But yeah, so this one, I think it's more approachable anyway. I think that's what I'm trying to say, is that it's a bit more approachable to just try to get some pages done. And I say just get some pages done, but that's not what I mean, because I want to do a good job, because her stuff is beautiful. So that's Shooting Star, and then we have another late addition to the list, because this is another beautiful gift from Emily. And so This one and Botanicum have been my favorite Maria Troll books. Every time I see pages done in them or flip throughs or things like that. And getting them in person was definitely not, they didn't disappoint. Like, they're just as beautiful as I hoped they would be. So I would love to get some colored in. I mean, I want to touch both of them, but, you know, I'd love to get a few pages colored in this one this year. And it does have like some of these more simple pages, like these wreaths or whatnot. And it has lots of these scenes, and I really think the scenes are cute. I appreciate them. And of course we have the black background ones, which I think are definitely more, sometimes they're more approachable because the background you don't need to worry about. And lots of these contained type images as well, that I don't think you need to worry about the background when it's just that. Although depending on what you do, it could be fun to do like a black acrylic paint background around that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Well, you know what would actually look really pretty around this, I think, is if you went all black acrylic paint and this just kind of dotted with like a gradient of paint pen little dots, like pointillism kind of gradient, where they're more concentrated around the edge and then they just kind of spread out a little more randomly. I like that idea. I might do that if I can remember it when I do the page. So yeah, this one is just another one that I absolutely cannot wait to get to because it's so gorgeous. I don't think there's a single page in there that I don't like. So that's Luna by Maria Troll. We have 5 5 non-project books left. So Symphony of Cute Animals by Kanoko Egusa. It's the only book that I have of hers, and I think it is the one that is the least detailed. So again, I really feel the need to color in this before I can justify getting more of her books, unless I happen to see them for a great sale, in which case I will absolutely get them. I have this one tagged because I think it would be cute to color in January. It reminds me of a puzzle that I used to have when I was little. Yeah, I mean, her art is gorgeous. The charm that she puts into these little anthropomorphic dressed animals is just, I love it. I love everything about it. So this one, I don't see that I would be getting a lot of pages done in it. I would be happy with just 2 pages because I feel like this is the kind of book that you really want to give your very best effort. I really want to put the effort into the shading and the kind of realism of it, I think. So, yeah. So that is another one. And next we have Fairy Tales by Emily Lydhall-Oberg. Lydhall? I'm not sure. So this one is, again, it's not completely untouched. I've started this page here, which is heavily inspired by somebody on Instagram who I will credit. I'll insert a picture, I think, here. But I'm really liking how it's coming along, and I'm really enjoying the style of not being realistic and not being so, you know, like with Symphony of Cute Animals, I said, like, I wanted to take the time to make it look as realistic, even though they're like wearing little hats that aren't realistic. but I want to take the time for the shading and realism. In this one, I really want to have fun with the non-realism of it, and I really want to enjoy the whimsical aspect and play with different colors and play with different things. Like, I feel like it's a little bit freeing, this style of art. So I look forward to getting some pages done in this. Hopefully I'll finish this before the end of December, that page. And I was really waffling back and forth whether to include this book, Magical Worlds by Joanna Basford, because I do have 2 Joanna Basford project books, but this is just so different than any of her other books. And you know, like, we have a lot of images like this that are nothing like in Ivy and Inky or Secret Garden. And you know, these kind of vignette pages, we certainly don't see any of those in those ones. So I just felt like it was so different that it was worthy of its own place in the 25 for 25. So I adore the little dragons. You know, this page here might be similar to an Ivy and Inky page, but I think for the most part, it is quite different. So yeah, I haven't gotten to a page in it yet, so I look forward to it. Next is Circle of Life by Melpomene Chatstapanagutu. And I do have one page that I have colored in here, which is this one. And I think it was a buddy color with Maryful Colors on Instagram. And I don't love these light flowers, but I really do adore the hummingbird. And I adore the background. I just, I based the flowers with, I think they're Heath Throne is the brand, just like a dual brush tip markers from Amazon, like one of the dime a dozen brands that are not a dime a dozen because they're way more expensive than that. Yeah, I'm happy with it, but I really love her art, and I do want to do a lot more in this book. This is definitely a book that I would really like to see completed. So I'd like to get some more done. And I think, you know, that page didn't take me that long. Once I actually got started on it, I think they're not super time consuming pages. And then I do have this one marked to do for December/January/ over the winter. So hopefully I'll get that done. I don't think that'll be too much. And I think, you know, with this, I could definitely do a soft pastel background that just kind of fades out into the white and not not feel the need to fill it in too much. So yeah, I think that's achievable to get a few pages done in that. So the last of the 25 for 25 is Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosans. And let me tell you, I really waffled back and forth between this and Mythic World. But I ended up choosing this one because they're both books that I want to complete. But I chose this one because, I mean, aside from this with all the doodles, but I think that it is a bit more or a bit less intimidating because Mythic World is so detailed, and this one is just not quite as finely detailed as Mythic World, and I feel like it's just a little bit more approachable, and I thought I was a bit more likely to get a few pages done out of this as opposed to Mythic World, where I feel like I'll be lucky to get one done. So yeah, that's number, I mean, really, that's actually now number 25 of the 25 for 25. And I mean, again, it's another book that I want to see it complete because I love every single page in it. With the exception of this back one with the doodles. That's about the only page that I don't like. I love the front half. I don't love this half. I might see what I can do about this when I get to it, but that's another story for another day. So we're going to go with an honorable mention / special mention, which is Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosens. And I didn't include it in the 25 for 25. It's another one that I kind of waffled on whether to call it a project book or not, because it kind of is a project book, but it is also a book that I want to exclusively collage / alter / make a junk journal, art journal, glue journal, whatever you want to call it. I want to put a lot of stuff in it. And so, like I will color it as well, but I really do want to make it a multimedia 3D altered pages collage type book. So I didn't feel it quite suitable for just like the 25 for 25, where I might alter a page here and there, but the intention is not constant alteration and collage, whereas this it is. So this one is going to be a bit more of just like a personal project of an art journal, collage journal, whatever you like to call it, as the mood strikes me, but I don't feel that it quite fits into the 25 for 25. So that's that. I do have a few more mentions. You might have noticed, I'm going to put these aside, but you might have noticed that I have not included like the Matchstick Mouse books, which we have our Matchstick Mouse hashtag, the Matchstick Mouse through the seasons. So let me just put these aside. So as you know, we have Matchstick Mouse through the seasons hashtag, where we're working our way through the Matchstick Mouse books. I plan to continue that for 2025. And so I didn't want to call them part of the 25 for 25 because they're 4 books and because it is like it's a hashtag and they are part of the plans, but it just didn't feel appropriate to put them in the 25 for 25. So it is something that we will be carrying on going forward. I'm going to be putting out a post shortly asking you guys to vote for the January picks for the winter coloring book. This is our December page. I have not touched that yet. Spring and summer are both untouched for me. And then the autumn one, we did our 3 pages in autumn. We did this page. I think that was September. We did this page in October and this one in November, where I got blue on her face and had to try to wash it out. So that's not the 25 for 25, but it is definitely one of my projects for 2025 that will still be continuing going forward. And I have a few seasonal books that I'd like to still try to focus on more during their seasons. For Any Day, Autumn Vibes, and Winter Tales, I mentioned before that if our dear Morgan O'Brien comes out with a spring and summer book, I might do an Any Day through the seasons hashtag as well. I have colored in the autumn one. I colored this page as a buddy color with Juliet Colors and Candace from Happy Catastrophe. It's all alcohol marker and a little bit of gel pen. And I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. And for the winter one, I have this page tagged that I think would be fun to color and not too overly daunting. Because of the eye infection, I haven't been able to get as much colored, so I feel like I wanted to try to get some pages done that are a little less consuming. Is that the word? Time consuming? Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to focus on these in winter and autumn, but if he comes out with the spring and summer, I might do a any day through the seasons hashtag, because I think that would be fun. So that's those. And also, I don't have Rita Berman's spring and summer book, but I do have the autumn and winter. And again, they are ones that I'd like to focus on during their respective seasons. I have this page in mine, Herb's Spetzer Gang, which is my autumn walk, and I have this one that, you know, I'm pretty close to finishing. I need to do a soft pastel background and sort out these little triangles, but I think it's, you know, it's pretty close to that. I like them. I don't like these books as much as her my travels books, but I like them a lot, and I still want to focus on them during the seasons. I haven't done anything in this yet this winter, so, you know, I don't think I'm going to get to it in December, but I definitely want to get a page done in January, and then potentially even something in February, depending. We'll see. So again, it's another thing that it's kind of like seasonal projects, but I'm not quite enough to call them the 25 for 25. And then the last ones that I want as like kind of seasonal projects is just the Wild Winter and Wild Summer mythographics by Joseph Kattenbang, that I'm hoping, because Rachel Colors and Crafts and I have the Mythographic Scavenger Hunt hashtag, which going into January is going to be Mythographic Scavenger Hunt 2025. And we, every month, we choose 3 prompts for you guys to find in your mythographic coloring books. And my goal is to do a page every month from the mythographics. It doesn't necessarily happen, but it is my goal, and I'm going to do my best in 2025 to try to do that. So I would love to additionally do an extra page or 2 out of this one in the winter and this one in the summer. We'll see how that goes, but that would be my plan, is to, on top of getting the monthly prompts done, trying to get an extra couple pages done out of these in their seasons, just because I really want to start making a dent in some of my books, you know. So that is my seasonal projects. And then I have some other ideas of just, you know, things that I would like to try to do on a monthly or bi-monthly basis. Is bi-monthly twice a month, or is bi-monthly every other month? Because I mean every other month. So Rita Berman books. I would like to try to touch Rita Berman every month. I would like to try to get a page done each month out of a Rita Berman. So this is the Mine Rice Dirch Europa and Mine Rice Dirch Asia. And I have the Japanese ones because when I got them, they were really expensive on Amazon Canada, but the Japanese ones were quite cheap, and I was making an Amazon Japan order anyway. So I have these, and interestingly, they are an amount smaller than the normal Rita Berman books. So I was really torn. I really wanted to have these on my 25 for 25, but it wasn't going to work out that way. So I thought between the seasonal ones and these ones, I'm just going to try to get a Rita Berman page done every month if I can, or be at least working on one, you know, like, again, I don't want to be loading myself up with pressure. I would love to be able to get more pages than I have been getting done in a month. when I started my channel, my first video was my May completed pages in 2024, and I think I had like 9 or 10. I think basically 9, 10, 11 is the average that I've had, except for October when I had like 35. But for the most part, when life was going normal, around 10 was my average. And all of these plans, it's going to be hard if I only get 10 done a month. So I would love to maybe up my pages to, maybe 12 to 14 or something like that, while still putting in the effort. I think it's more time management because I suck at that and I spend a lot of time on my phone. Just scrolling aimlessly and feeling bad. So why not spend that time coloring? And I couldn't choose just one or the other of these as well, which is why even if they were on the 25 for 25, they were going to count as one book. So yeah, they're just like, I'd like to every month or two get one of those pages done. Another artist that I would love to just get a page done every couple of months is Teresa Goodrich. And I have a few of her books, and you guys know, like, her art is so beautiful, but it's very detailed. So I'm not going to put it on myself to even try getting it done every month. But I think if I could, touch one every couple of months, I'd be really happy. So I have a couple winter pages that I might try to get done in December. Or no, definitely not December. In January, I might try to get one of her winter pages done in January. Wish You Were Here is one of my favorites. And Wish You Were Here and Village Charm might be my two favorites that I would like to see completed. I do have another winter page tagged here, this one that's kind of like the Swiss Alps. Yeah, I just, she's just so good. And then of course I have the Gnome Sweet Gnome and Gnome for the Holidays, and I've colored the one gnome page, the big top one, and I did that as a buddy color with Megan of Meg's Coloring Corner. I don't love how it turned out, but I'm pretty happy with it. I based it with alcohol marker. I did have this limited palette in mind, and I think I definitely achieved the limited palette that I was going for. I have this one tagged as possible for, I won't get to this in December, but maybe I might be able to get to this in January. We'll see. So, yeah, I'd love to try to get a page of hers done every couple of months. Where have I put it? I'm gonna get another book. So, as I mentioned, Candace of Happy Catastrophe is, I believe, going to be doing a nice little town tag of sorts. And so that's why I said with the project book of Nice Little Town 10 that I would like to maybe just do it every other month, so that every other month I would do one from one of her other books. And this Nice Little Town Most Collection books 4 through 11 was another gift from my very dear friend Emily of Art Studios. And so yeah, we have all the books here, all the books for 4 through 11. And so obviously I'd really love to touch these and get some pages done. So my goal is a Nice Little Town page every month as well. And then my other goal is that I have a lot of PDFs, and so I would like to try to get at least one PDF page done a month. I've quite a few PDF coloring books printed out, and then I also have a whole lot of PDF singles that I left behind in a big 4-inch binder. They're all just like crammed into those plastic sleeves. And so, you know, when I get reunited with them, I would like to start working through them. And I also have quite a few, you know, singles that I haven't even printed yet. So I would like to, like I said, just do a PDF, whether it's from a coloring book or whether it's from a single. If I can get a PDF done a month, then I feel like I'm at least making a dent in that. And with all of these ones that I'm saying I'd like to do monthly, you know, if it takes me a couple of months to do it, I'm not going to beat myself up. I think another goal though for 2025 for me would be to not be leaving a whole lot of whips behind each month. I don't want to have so much planned for the next month that I don't have time to finish what I'm working on. And then I think there was one more. I would love to try to do a coloring heaven each month as well. I have a few coloring heavens that are books, like the physical copies, and then I also have quite a few coloring heavens that are PDFs. So I would like to make a dent in those, and specifically the coloring heavens versus just like any PDF. I don't know if I'm saying it clearly. Like if I say I'm working on a PDF and a coloring heaven, then I might do 2 PDFs and one is counting towards my coloring heaven goal, if that makes any sense. And I'm not going to be so rigid with myself as it's sounding, but I just kind of need to organize my brain a little bit. So I think that's it. That's my way more than 25 for 25. And kind of, like I said, a few extra goals and a few extra plans. And I think, like I said, I don't want to have so much planned each month that I can't have my whips rolling into the next month if necessary. I don't want to have, you know, if I don't finish all of my January pages, but I have so many plans for February already that I can't even fit in finishing my January pages. I don't want to do that to myself. So, so I think I'm definitely going to try to not have as many buddy colors that I plan. And yeah, also there's a group, another thing that I'd kind of like to do, you know, monthly or every other month, is we have a group on Instagram of, we actually started it to do a page in Supernatural, the Wendigo page in Supernatural. Candace of Happy Catastrophe had a buddy color with someone, and then Rachel Colors and Crafts and I had a buddy color, and we were both doing the same page, and we're like, hey, we should just like all do the same page together. And so we started this group just for the 4 of us to do this buddy color together, and then more people wanted to join us, so then the group grew, and then now we're just doing Mythomorphia pages every month. So I would like to work on those Mythomorphia pages as well. Like sometimes they'll be choosing books that I don't have, or sometimes I just maybe won't feel like it. But doing a Mythomorphia page every month or 2 as well is part of my monthly or every other monthly goals. So I've got my work cut out for me. I'm not going to pressure myself. I'm just gonna do what feels right. And, you know, if I need to readjust or look at my plans and see where I need to adjust my my expectations, then I'll do that. But I would like to. And, you know, another goal that I'd like to have is to maybe do some color. I don't know about color alongs. I don't know if color alongs are for me. I feel like I'm a bit more of a color and chat, but maybe we have a book where we color along together, but I'm not telling you how to color it and what colors to use for it, but I'll chat while I'm working on our page for the month or something like that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if that sounds like something that might be enjoyable. And Anyway, that's it for now. I think it's a long video now. So thank you guys for watching, and thanks for sharing your time with me. And let me know, do you guys have plans for 2025? And what books are you interested in coloring in 2025? And also, if you're interested in joining us for that Sea to Sky project book, let me know. Maybe we'll make a group for it. And well, mine is called Oceans to Stars. So if you have the Sea to Sky or Oceans to Stars by, I think, what is it, Lydia Fenwick, they're the same book. Like I said, one's just deluxe. So yeah, message me on Instagram if you're interested in joining us with that one. Okay, thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing your time with me, and be kind to yourselves out there. Bye-bye.